The mythology of the genius doesn't have better example than Leonardo da Vinci and the entire mythology of the Renaissance. The Renaissance, like humanity suddenly was born again. That's what Renaissance means. Humanity was born again in the 1500s. Just we hit the year 1500 and suddenly humanity, because some geniuses led by Leonardo, humanity was achieving new heights. I have already recorded and written about this last summer, and I should look for those notes for reference. Because last summer, 2019, it was 500 years of the death of Leonardo da Vinci, and everywhere from Venice to London to Kuala Lumpur, there was a Leonardo exhibit exalting his genius. Yes, Leonardo worked hard and he had several unique abilities. One of them was to bring together knowledge from the many places he visited. And he collected and had ideas of his own. And he had many bad ideas. We always see examples from the notebooks about how he invented the helicopter and the airplane, or he had the earliest concepts for some of those machines. But if you look at the notebooks undiscriminatedly, you can find that he thought rivers like this one were flowing because there was like veins and arteries inside the earth. The water from the sea was led up the mountains and then descended again. It's like the earth had a heart. Extremely poetic, beautiful metaphor, but very far from reality. Seen drawings where he's talking about the tides in the moon and the seas in the moon. There's no water on the moon. It's not to take away anything from Leonardo. Study the man, fascinating character. Wearing his purple robes, a bastard, gay, always traveling with his favorite student, a young man who was his lover. Even some of those exhibits after 500 years of his death were still showing his favorite student as such, never mentioning that he was his lover. But it's important because Europe created this mythology to justify what was happening at the time of the Renaissance, which was the decimation of other cultures, the decimation of the native cultures of Latin America and Africa and Asia, colonization. Yes, Leonardo died in 1519, and at that time Montezuma was charging towards Mexico City, the capital of the Aztec Empire. By brute force, by religion, by disease, by germs, by deceit, they conquer. And nothing better than justify oneself than to have the Renaissance, the arts. Of course, there was a Renaissance of the arts in some sense because there was so much wealth, so much money, all the gold that was being stolen in Latin America, South America, and in Mexico, in Latin America. There was a frenzy of buying and constructing. Florence was flourishing. They were chopping down trees at the headwaters of the Arno and sending them down the Arno to build palaces, buy art. And we associate that with the Renaissance, like this painters and creators who were working were somehow creating all this wealth. No, the wealth was being taken from others. It was stolen. And the art was fulfilling the perennial function of validating money. Art, the great money validator.